It's strange. It's strange because I'm clairvoyant, I'm clairaudience, clairsentient, all of them. Okay, I can hear things like a bell ring in my right ear, real loud, or a bell ring in my left ear. And majority of the time, all my mom kids are psychic. Okay, all my sisters can hear that bell ring. It's three of us. Every time we hear a loud bell ring in our ear, real loud, and it lasts a while, that means someone is close to us, is close to death. Either they're going to die or they're close to death, okay? It's the ability to hear things that are not present to the ear, okay? It's considered to exist beyond normal experience. And I know ours is abnormal because every time I hear that loud bell, ding, I always get a phone ringing that either somebody in the family is finna pass or they already have passed, okay? Also, I can hear whispers. I can hear people talking. Always hearing people talking. I used to ask my mom when I was growing up, I said, Mama, did you call me? She said, no, girl, I ain't called you. And I used to always hear my mom say, Rachel. That's how she sound. And I said, Mama, you called me? She said, no, Rachel, I ain't called you. I said, Mama, you did call me. She said, no, baby, I ain't called you. So, like I said, it's considered exists beyond normal experience, okay? It's beyond normal, okay? So, that's why I say that if you're a clairaudient, don't think that you're crazy, okay? Because you're not crazy. Because you hear things, okay? That's a part of being psychic, okay? Because I hear things all the time. I asked my son the other day, I said, did you hear that? He heard something in the kitchen. He heard it too. My son, he's clairaudient. He told me, he said, Mama, I be hearing, my father, his father passed. He said, I be hearing my father talking to me. He said, I be hearing grandma. He said, I be hearing everybody. I said, baby, you clairaudient, you're psychic. And a lot of people thought that my son was going crazy because he's on medication. But believe me not, it's not you going crazy, baby. It's your psychic abilities, okay? Your psychic ability enable you to hear things, enable you to see things, enable you to see things before it happens. That's why we are called psychics, because we can tell people things that's going to happen before it happens. So like I said, I'm all of them. I have dreams, you all. Sometimes I could be having a dream and I go in a trance, like a seizure. And I be trying to come out on it. Y'all remember watching the movie Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger? When that lady, she be having a dream, she try to come out of it before somebody get killed. That's me. I could be having a dream somebody chasing me. I could be having a dream somebody chasing somebody else. And I be trying to come out the dream. I be trying to get myself out of it before somebody get killed. I'm just like the one on Nightmare on Elm Street. Praise my right hand to God. Also, my mom, she's a psychic. My mom used to sit down and tell us that she told us, she said she saw a group of people at the table in her dining room. She was standing on top of a hill. It was a house on the hill. And she said she heard a group of people, saw them in there playing cards. My mama saw them in there playing cards. And they was in there talking. And she used to always tell us these stories. She could see them and she could hear them. She said they was in there having a good time, laughing and talking and everything. And we said, Mama, you weren't scared? She said, no. She said, I see it all the time. I said, oh, no, no. But I've learned as growing up, me and my sister and a couple of my brothers, we just like her. We're clairvoyant, we're clairsentient, we're clairaudience. We just like her. Yes. So when people come to you and say you crazy, you're not crazy. I have a cousin who's on here right now. Not going to say her name. She said most of the psychics on here, people think they're crazy because they can hear voices talking to them and they talk to them back. And people think they're crazy. But they're not. It's just that what normal experience is beyond normal. I say extraterrestrial. You hear me? Just like the X-Files in Millennium. Extraterrestrial. Okay? So don't be scared, When you see somebody talking to themselves, excuse me, I'm not talking about nobody just talking to themselves just to talk to themselves, but some actually talk to themselves because they hear voices, okay? It's beyond normal, okay? You might call it bipolar, you might call it schizophrenic, but they actually hear these voices, okay? Because we're psychics. We're not crazy, we're psychics. But you got a lot of people in this world say you're crazy. I remember I was sitting in the break room, I was at work, and I heard something in the break room. I was the first one to get in the break room. I was working at Charbroil. And one of the co-workers came in. I forgot his name. It started with a J. He said, Rachel, you talking to yourself? I said, no, I'm talking to God. And he said, talking to God. And my sister used to always do this. My middle sister. I used to share a room with her. I could hear her talking. I said, so who you talking to? She said, I'm talking to God. So I started talking to him. You know what I'm saying? But I thought, my sister knew what she was talking about. But she didn't do it around everybody. She only did it when she was mostly by herself. Because she said when she do it around people, they think she crazy. And come to find out, I do the same thing. I could be talking to God. He'll send me a sign, and I'll start talking to him. And then when they come in, they say, who you talking to? I said, I'm talking to God. Seriously. Be talking to God. And they would think you crazy talking to yourself. So that's what's happened when I was at Charbroil. When the guy came in, I said, I'm talking to God. He said, I'm talking to God. And he looked at me like, you schizophrenic, bipolar. I said, man, I can see things. I can hear things and stuff like that. But they don't understand that. They don't understand it's a gift. They don't understand. And he was like, well, if you're a psychic, tell me what's going to happen next. I said, excuse me? What's going to happen next? We both going back to work. I said, we got to go in there and get the production up. I can tell you what's going to happen next. Once we finish eating in this break room, we got to go out there on the line and start back packing. He said, no, not that. I said, you asked me what's going to happen next. I said, man, it don't work like that. I said, but I can tell you what you're going through. You're going through some changes with your girlfriend. And he was like, how you know that? I said, you just asked me what's going to happen next. I said, you ain't tell me what's going to happen next, here or at home. So I'm telling you what's going to happen next at home. He said, you don't know nothing about that. I said, yeah, you mad at your girlfriend. She mad at you. And I said, well, y'all going to make up. Y'all going to make up. And y'all going to break some things when you make up. And he said, man, when he came back to work, he said, man, you know what you talking about, man. He said, man, she went crazy on him. I said, man, y'all chill out. I told him, I said, y'all stop being so jealous of each other and everything will be all right. He was like, yeah, he wanted to talk to me all the time. I said, no, you sound crazy. I said, no, you sound crazy. I said, I was talking to God. You told him I'm schizophrenic bipolar. But don't you know that man kept asking me questions, want to know about this and that, want to know about this and that to save his relationship. And I used to always wonder why. My mama said you should have been a lawyer or a counselor. I used to always wonder why people always come to talk to me about their problems. People always used to come to me, well, Rachel, what you think? And they always, even to this day, I have male friends on TikTok, love to talk to me. But they ain't talking about no relationship. They just love to talk to me. They said because we like talking to you because you give us some positive insights. I'm talking about we be having a normal conversation. I said, I ain't trying to be your therapist or nothing like that. I said, I thought we want to talk to be friends. They said, no, you be knowing things about us that you ain't supposed to be knowing. And every time you tell us to follow through on something, it goes through. Well, I said, well, dang, I wasn't trying to be a psychic during a conversation, but a lot of psychics are like therapists. They are willing to help you. Even with doing a normal conversation, you will find yourself listening to that psychic because she giving you a positive insights or he giving you positive insights and not knowing that the insights going to help them in a relationship, at work, or wherever they at. You just got to know and got to tap in. And right now, I'm tapping into everything. I'm tapping into the clairaudience, the clairvoyance, the clairsensitivity, the clair whatever, the clair. I'm just going to keep tapping in where I could be able to help people, regardless of what type of psychic I am. I just know it's a gift from God, up high, okay? Extraterrestrial. Come to get you. God bless.